So yes, we happen to have our hands on the brand new 2022 Ford Bronco, but not just any ordinary Bronco. This is the actual Raptor level Bronco. This is the Raptor trim piece, which means it's a higher end tier Bronco that's currently available in the market, as it's literally 10 inches wider than your standard Bronco. And I had about one whole week of daily driving this thing, and basically here's my experience. Let me go ahead and put on my Ray-Ban story so I can give you some first person views. In case you're curious, I have done a full video review on these, which you could go ahead and check on the right corner of this video. So with the Raptor trim piece, not only is 37 standard, and these are indeed beadlock wheels. So if you like to put real beadlocks on, just remove the beauty ring, you have total freedom to do so. And these are also BFG KO2s, which are the BFG tires that I personally run on my personal pickup truck as well. These things are super reliable, they're snow rated, and just look how aggressive the trim piece is. And of course, being a Raptor, you do have access to the Dampier suspension right here. These are Fox suspension. This suspension to actually adapt to the terrain you're in. Now the ground clearance for the Raptor Bronco is basically, you have 13 inches of suspension travel in the front, and then in the rear is 14 inches, which means yes, this thing can absolutely take jumps here and there and land without suffering any damage, as the frame on the Raptor itself is specifically designed for the Raptor version, so it doesn't share the same frame as the regular Bronco. It is modified and beefed up to handle abuse when aggressively off-roading. And yes, you do have little hinges right here, and then the entire bottom is actually fully protected with this steel plates right here, with dedicated cutouts for your oil change, so you can still do your oil change at home without having to remove the entire skid plates. And of course, you do have your rigged off-road fog lamps right here. This is new for the third generation Raptor as well, which does give you access to auxiliary ports in here. So you can actually toggle them right here, and you can add some more too, if you like to add more light bars down the line. Now this is a press car that Ford did indeed send out for me to check out and try out and review on my channel, as well as share with you guys my experience, how it's like daily driving this thing. And to the most part, it's pretty powerful. It is a twin turbo V6, which has an output of about 418 horsepower and 440 pound-foot of torque. And then the Raptor trim piece Bronco not only has the capability to lock the rear axle, you can also lock the front as well. And then the skid plates right here, these are actually rock plates, rock skid plates or rock skids, which you could easily remove the little step part. So if you're going rock crawling, it already has this part attached. You just have to remove the stepper, but this stepper is actually really good and really properly placed, because my Raptor, I usually skip or slid on this. This one, going in and out, is perfect. Now with these beefy fenders out here, a cool thing I noticed, there is a soft plastic piece right here. This is an accessory, so if it does get beat up and abused over time, you could easily just pop this out and swap it with a brand new one, so the fender itself doesn't have to be replaced. Pretty genius. I wish my Raptor has that. And of course you have mud flaps in the front, but no mud flaps in the rear, because, you know, actually never mind, it does have mud flaps, but you could probably remove them if you like. So if you get tailgated a lot and they're way too close and you're tired of it, you could just remove this, and yeah, don't worry about the vehicle behind you if they get damaged. That's what they get for getting that close. Now this does have a hitch in the back, which does have a capacity tow rating up to 4,500 pounds, which isn't a lot, but if you're trying to get a vehicle like unstuck or something like that, or yourself, it does have some towing capability. But in long terms, it's not really rated to be used to tow your vehicle, especially since the suspension is sport off-roading suspensions. It's really squishy. It's probably gonna squat just like an ordinary Ford Raptor, but it does have the capability to tow if needed, just not a high payload due to the squishy suspension. But again, it's not really meant to be towing like your yacht or something like that. But your toys, like Mavericks and stuff, there shouldn't be an issue. Now this does have a 0-60 time of 6.3, which for my daily driving experience with this thing, that's more than enough. It gets up and go when needed, and the turbos, as soon as you're on boost, it is very responsive. And it is a 10-speed transmission, which is really quick, and it shifts and holds down the rev if you put it in sport mode. Now, other exclusivities about the Raptor Bronco is that these headlights, the DRLs, are actually orange, and the grille is specifically designed and customized just for this Raptor trim piece because it does share the same grille trim piece that the Raptor pickup trucks have even on the Bronco, as well as the little markers right here. And fun fact, notice how these markers are orange in the back? They're actually red. This is due to the fact that they just literally had no placements to put markers in the rear, so Ford cleverly designed it so you could place the markers on the side rear view mirrors. The reason why these indicators are there is because it's state required. Vehicles with a certain width, like dualies, have to have markers in the front and rear, and Ford decided to utilize the side mirrors because there really wasn't any room to put these markers in the rear without interfering the blind spot monitoring sensor, which is all in here. So they placed it right there, which is pretty smart. Now, these taillights are custom to the Raptor Bronco as well. These taillights are exclusive to the Raptor trim piece Broncos because your normal Bronco would look like this. This one has a more aggressive appearance. And then you also get the blackout Bronco with the Raptor emblem right here. And this is the dinosaur themed Raptor emblem too. Oh, and you do get a full spare in the rear as well. That's something I should also highlight. Now, something I want to also quickly highlight, that is a Raptor R right there in the rear axle cover. This is really interesting and unique, but in addition to that, it does have a little port right there opening, so you can actually change the fluids on the go without having to remove the entire thing or replace it with an aftermarket one to give you access to quickly like change the fluids like right there. It is a 37, so all the wheels that this Bronco currently have are indeed 37s. And then this Bronco in particular does have the graphic package, which looks like this. Pretty cool, it's like digital themed. You do have functional vents opening right here on the side and functional vents right here on the hood. And real quick before we start driving off, another cool thing that this Bronco does have is there's cool Easter eggs here and there, one of which can be found right here, which shows you basically the year body design for each generation Bronco. So yeah, that's really cute. And yes, it does take regular and premium fuel. It is a easy fuel system, so the computer is able to detect what kind of octane you fuel up your Bronco with, and it will automatically adapt, giving you the optimal performance for the fuel you're using. Now, before we go on for a drive, let's go ahead and cover some cool things that this thing has on the interior. Now, it is very hot in here. It's California weather, and throughout the entire week, we've been having nothing but heat waves. And I'm just gonna put the AC on right now. So this Bronco does have the carbon fiber package, which means you have carbon fiber trim pieces right here, the shift knob, as well as the little section right there is carbon fiber. You do have the buttons right here to lock your rear or front differential, as well as dislocate like certain axles, so you can go rock crawling, your traction control, and your hazards, and it's all pressed right here, which is quite interesting. There is a charging port up here. At first I was excited. I thought this was like a 12-volt outlet that will allow us to quickly mount a radar detector. It's not. It's just a USB-C and a USB-A. But you have like little slots right here to like allow your devices to charge. It is equipped with BMOs, and the audio quality is not that bad. But yeah, basically this is how the entire inside of the pickup truck looks like. This SUV, I should say. Since the doors are indeed removable, you'll find your window switches and such right here in the center. Your labeled Raptor armrest, which you have access to right here. And it does have a key to lock this if you like. It's pretty deep to the most part. Additional 12-volt outlet right there. Your mirror controls are also located right here. Then you also have GOAT mode right here. Go over all terrain. And when you select it, it automatically pops up right here. It shows you the graphic of each mode right here and give you an idea of what type of situation you want to use this on. So like Baja, rock crawling, and etc. It's an efficient way to shift if you're confused and not sure what type of 4x4 gear you should go in. So if you don't know if you should go 4x4 low or 4x4 high, you can let the computer do that for you depending on the situation you're in. So if we go in rock crawling or Baja even, the truck will automatically shift everything automatically. You just have to follow the screen instructions. So it's telling us to put it in neutral, put it in neutral. And then 4x4 shifting is in progress. And also we'll change the camera view to the front point. So if you don't have a spotter or something like that, you can always just view your edges right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on normal. So you do have this big, large display, which does support CarPlay, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto. And you also have the capability to switch or toggle between different like views. So you, since the screen is large, and a small window right here on the side, and you can actually see what else is available. So if you like your lighting zone to be here, you can totally do so and just tap. And you can illuminate your side mirrors. So if you're working outdoors, you just turn that on. So like this window, this glass, we're in daylight, but it gives you an idea. You could basically illuminate everything on this truck. So right now we have the sides and our back illuminating, or you can illuminate all the zones. If you're working outdoors and you just need the additional light, you can turn it all on right here. Now right here, you do have access to your 360 camera controls, which is amazing. And for my driving experience, was this off-road built ready SUV. It's super easy to park forward and reverse with or without the cameras. Oh, and then you have your USB-A and USB-C port right down here, as well as a wireless charging capability. Only con about this truck is that these seats are only heated seats. There's no ventilation. I'm sorry, I just have to say it. California weather is 100 degrees plus. Ventilation seats would have been perfect, but the seats themselves are extremely comfortable because these seats are actually the same seats that you typically will find on an F-150. These ones remind me a lot like this third generation F-150 Raptor seats, because it does have this blue leather theme going on as well. Now the roof on this thing is removable and it's somewhat modular, so for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the roof right now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to do this from the inside. So this just unlatches. This unlatches out. This pops out, just like that. We could easily remove the roof. I'm gonna go ahead and store this in the back too. Give you guys a first person. And yeah, this section of the roof is pretty lightweight too. I'm gonna go ahead and store it in the back. So this handle does actually have a lock right here. So you could also lock the vehicle from the back. And the tailgate itself is one of these. It takes very little effort to move things. And in the back here, you have a 12-volt outlet right here, as well as some nice lights. Your subwoofer is located here. And you have these beefy, I don't know, roll cage. So yes, we have successfully removed the roof from our Raptor, and this is basically how it looks like. There's a lot of light coming in from the ceiling right here to the interior, which again, now you can actually see that blue leather interior right here. The roof isn't just removable, but also the doors are removable. And something cool that Raptor does is they actually provide a toolkit right here with all the necessary tools needed to safely and properly remove the doors. So yeah, these are all the tools that Ford provides for us to properly remove the door. And it has like additional pockets right here where you can actually store the bolts and stuff so you don't lose it or anything like that. It's pretty neat, and it has the Bronco logo right here, and the Raptor logo is like on the side. Now here's the back seat of the Raptor. So yeah, these are the same similar style seats that even my second generation Raptor has, but these are actually cool because these actually have these openings, so you can put like carabiners and stuff, or other like military base style attachments here to hold like a flashlight and such. And then you also have like a little cubby right here, more cubbies here, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the back seat, see if I can give you perspective how much headroom I have. I have a good amount of headroom. Again, you could remove the roof if you really want to, but removing this section requires 2 people because of the giant part right here, but it is indeed removable, and you have this steel right here that goes across, adding additional support. Legroom wise, have plenty of space. No stepping, of course. It's sad they have to place this here, but I guess people have been known to step on the center armrest even with the roof up, so that has to be there. And of course you have your window controllers right here. You have USB-A, USB-C, and you have a household outlet right here, which is nice. Now the only con about the back seat is you're limited on cup holders, because even in the front there's only 2 cup holders, as the doors don't even have any cup holders. And the center armrest is the only cup holders available for your rear passengers, unfortunately. So if you have somebody sitting here and your back passengers have drinks, they're gonna have to hold them on their lap or something. And look, you still have your number keypad access right here. Oh yeah, and you get these cool red seat belts. I don't know if this is everybody's thing, but I mean, like, Porsche charges extra for this, and the Raptor, well, has it at standard. let's get out here and go on the highway and talk about how it drives. Again, it's just incredible how smooth and amazing the suspension is. Every like road imperfection, like potholes and such, the thing just goes over it like a champ. And you have like different exhaust modes to choose from too. So I could literally push this little button right here, which allows me to select between Baja exhaust, quiet, sport. Sport gets really loud. And then you also have a dedicated button right here. Raptor, the R Raptor logo can be modified and save as one of the pre-saves for the GOAT mode right here. That's what that does. Now, out of all the press cars I've driven, this one actually gets the most amount of attention, believe it or not. I think it's just due to the fact it has that orange color. Because I literally just had a cop not too long ago following me. I thought I was about to get pulled over, but no, the cop was following me. He stayed right next to me. I looked to my right and he was like giving me the thumbs up and he was asking to drive it. So I'm like, sure, pull me over so you could drive and I'll drive your cop car. And he literally did this. Like literally an officer just requested me to let them drive this thing. That was really interesting and pretty cool and funny at the same time. It is so freaking hot here in California, I swear. But even with 110 plus degree weather, the AC on this thing is holding up really well. It's a pretty cool SUV, I gotta say. It's perfect for like overlanders, or if you live in a certain environment that requires you to go a little bit off-roading, or you just have the ability to actually go in off-roading and enjoy the outdoors. This is definitely a really nice SUV for that reason. I feel terrible driving this thing on the highway sometimes because it just has so much potential to go off-road. So that, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That's basically the experience, how it's like having a Bronco Raptor. Even though the MPG isn't the greatest, 15 miles per gallon on average if you're lucky, but these are beefy 37-inch wheels, which has the capability to basically go over all terrain. Yeah, basically GOAT mode definitely does well at. So it's great for overlanders and such, or venturous, but this thing can do it all very well and extremely comfortable, especially with that much tire. You really don't even feel speed bumps when you're driving in parking lots, which is kind of concerning, but regardless, it's really comfortable and really great. Aside from that, there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you enjoy these type of car content, definitely hit that like button and get subscribed, as this is more of a hobby of mine, just testing out cars and seeing what they're capable of and just share with you guys my experience. Aside from that, it's really hot. My camera's about to overheat. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Watch more. Check out this video over here. I'll review another car, and that video over there, that's just a video YouTube's recommending specifically for you. I appreciate you guys for watching. Definitely do take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya. Stay cool as well.